Well, last night while I was out driving, I got stopped by another driver, and basically they had a question on the new app. Their question was, what is the little shield in the bottom corner of the app when it's running? Well, if you actually look at the app, it was a icon for what they're calling the safety toolkit. In the Peoria area, it just showed up on the new app within the last couple days, and it was basically a dead link. It did nothing. The new app has only been out for a week or so here also, so all of it is very new. Today when I started, I noticed it changed. If you actually click on the shield icon, which is at the bottom of the screen here, it brings up more. It actually shows what it is. Okay, there's basically two parts to this safety toolkit when you look at it. There's a part that allows you to share your trip. This, going by what it says, you can share it with basically anyone, your family, friends, anyone you set it up to share it to. The second part to this is basically a way to dial 911. So I'll do the basic setup part first so you can see how this works. Basically, if you look at the app, you click the setup button, it brings it to the next part of it. You know, it's got the little nice pictures on the front. You know, peace of mind, let family and friends follow as long as you drive. You hit the next on it, it brings again to another screen. You're in control. Start and stop sharing at any time. Only share with the people you choose. You hit the setup button, and of course, another screen. How would you like to select contacts? You got two choices. You could start from your address book, or you could start from another app. So when you go from the address book, it says choose contacts, you click that. Now it wants to access your contact list on your phone. I personally do not do any of this, so I'm going to back out of it. And basically, if it says no, you can enter their mobile number for each person separately. That way it will share it. So I'm going back to the screen where it gives the two different choices here. And I'm going to select from another app this time. And now it just says you're done. You could tap on, it says you're all set. Tap on the share icon on your map to start sharing. Interesting. I mean, it don't show any apps, don't show anything. So let's hit done and see what happens. You hit done, it goes right back to the original screen. Nothing. Now when you hit it, go back to the share trip, it's grayed out. So I'm assuming that is active. But if you come down to the 911 assistance, you click that one, and it basically will give you your location at the bottom here. And it brings up another bright red 911 button. Basically, if you call it, it's calling 911. Okay, now that I did the setup of the share trip part and it reloaded itself, you come through now, and when you click it, it actually comes down on the screen and highlights the icon, and then it brings up your other apps that you have, and you can click it, from social media. It brings on pretty much every single app you got on your phone. So I will have to give this a test to see exactly what it shares. If it just shares the route where you're at, maybe it shares some personal information. Have to see how that actually works. But then when you go back to the screen, you look at the shield, it's got a little blue check mark on it now. And then when you click it again, you actually see where it says you can stop. So I'm just going to shut all that off. Don't really need it. Now, I do understand the whole purpose for this safety toolkit was to make drivers feel more safe. When you're out by yourself, you can share your trip so other people can be aware of where you're at. That is a perfectly good thing to do. There's other reasons you may want to share it so people can see what you're doing, how you're doing. I understand a lot of drivers have been asking for this, the 911 feature. I hope it works out well for them. Again, I do not think it is a good thing to have visible that you're dialing 911. Maybe if you're using 2 different phones while you're doing Uber or rideshare, it'll be better. But as it is on that app, where that app is very visible like that, you hit that button and bright red dial 911 pops up. Yeah, it's just a big flag to anybody that may be in your car. I mean, the thing I do like about it, that Uber is starting to look at driver safety, which is a concern to a lot of people. I still like to think of myself as better off if I control my safety than rely on a app for it. I have always said having dash cams in your car is a great safety feature. I have multiples in my car. One of them automatically uploads to the cloud, so no matter what happens, there's a copy somewhere. I also have, like I said earlier, the main page of my phone. I have set up a emergency button. Just looks like any other app. It doesn't say call 911. It's not pretty red. Looks just like a dummy app. I hit it, dials 911. Just a shortcut I put on. As far as the shared trip, I may have to give that a try a few times just to see how it works before I can actually say it's a good thing or a bad thing. I can see if, you are worried, going to a bad area, you're fearful. If you think the app will help, by all means use it. If you're really that fearful of your safety, it'd be a lot easier just to cancel the trip. Well, I just tried the share trip function. On my last 2 trips I did, I shared it to my online cloud storage that the videos from one of my dash cams go to. Only problem with that is I cannot access that until I get home. So I will have to check out that footage, see exactly what information it shares. Does it share like the time split, the exact coordinates? I mean, the route you went? Don't really know until I actually see it. So until then, I really can't completely answer the question, but I think I covered most of it except the little part with that shared trip. So until next time.